Hey guys, so if you clicked on this video, obviously you saw the title, right? The myth about the credit utilization ratio. All right, so let's get started right into it. I'm not gonna keep you guys too long, but the things I'm about to tell you, you might have to play this video a couple of times to kind of fully grasp the gravity of this. Okay, so 30% credit utilization ratio. We've all heard the term, right? Use your credit cards wisely, don't use more than 10%, pay down your credit cards because it'll help your score go up in this category. Now that's true to a certain extent. However, that is not the only metric considered inside of this 30% credit utilization pie chart. What is the pie chart? Let's just start there, okay? For those of you that don't know. So you got FICO pie chart. You have 5 separate items in there. Okay, so number one, let's just start with number one. That is your payment history, 35%. That 35% of your credit score is based on payment history. Then you got 30% of your credit score, which is credit utilization ratio, which is what we're talking about today. Then you got 15%, that is your average age on your credit history. Then you got 10% for a mix of credit, and then you got 10% for inquiries. Okay, so we got that out of the way. All right, so let's get right into it. Now, everything I'm about to tell you, everything I'm going to about to tell you, for those of you out there, the savants, the pundits, your ears are about to steam right now because you've been told one way, and now I'm going to tell you the truth. And everything I'm about to say, everything is on FICO's website, and it is actually public information. So you don't have to just take it from me. Number one, first, okay, before I get started, there are actually 5 different metrics, 5 that make up that 30%. Not just that one credit utilization, revolving credit. That's not the only metric. That's only 1 out of 5. First one, balance is owed across all accounts. So let's just think in your mind's eye. Here's your entire credit report. They're going to gather all your accounts, then they're going to gather all your balances and put them together in the aggregate. Aggregate meaning all the individual accounts, all the individual balances, boom, together. Okay, that's the first metric. So before I go to the second metric, before I bleed into it, they're about to dissect everything now. Okay, they're going to separate everything. So that's the second metric. Now that they have everything together, now second metric is balance is owed across different types of accounts. This is where they start separating all your credit cards and all your installment loans. And the reason they do that is because a lot of people have different types of credit cards. What are the different types? Right? We know the standard credit card. Then you got a store card like a Macy's, a Gap, Victoria's Secret. Oh God, Victoria's Secret. Another time. And then you have a secured card, and then you have gas cards, that sort of thing, right? And then on the other side, you got installment loans, your student loans, mortgages, auto loans. So once they have that second metric, okay, now they have everything separated and the balances on everything, great. That's the second metric. The third metric, this is one that's very personal, and this is why I probably made this video, because I want to let you guys know that this is a metric considered in this 30% pie chart. And that is, the question asked to the credit report is how many accounts with a balance? Number of accounts with a balance. One more time. Number of accounts on the credit report with a balance. So you'll hear oftentimes people give advice about spread out all your small little balances across all your little credit cards. Buy lunch here, go to the movies here, fill up your gas tank there, and then take the honey over here to lunch, right? Now, unless you have high limits on all those cards and you're making individual um, purchases, maybe that wouldn't be such a big issue, right? But if you don't have high limit credit cards and you're doing stuff like that, you're just polluting your credit report with unnecessary balances. Because remember, the question is how many accounts with a balance? All right. So that is your third metric. And the reason I bring this up is because we've all been there. I've been there myself, where you want to apply for a new card, you see something interesting, you apply for it, and then you get denied, right? Now, as of 2003, they have to issue you what's known as the adverse action notice. Okay, that's smart talk for denial letter. So it's called the adverse action notice. And when you get that notice, one of the things we've all seen it, I've seen it myself, right? We look at it and we're like, what? One of the denial reasons is you have one or more credit cards with a high balance. One or more credit cards with a high balance. So if you have 3 cards and they're not all high limits, don't use all 3 of them, okay? And then, because maybe later on down the road you might want to apply for something a little bit nicer or whatever. But if you're just adding balances to all these cards, I mean, just remember, just consider that that is a metric inside of the 30% credit utilization ratio. Okay. All right. Metric number 4, and that's the one everybody knows, right? And that is your credit card usage, your revolving credit card usage. That's the most common one, right? And that's the one where your loan officer and your best buddy or somebody will tell you, don't go over 10%, pay it down because it's gonna make your credit score go up. That's all they know. They just think that one, by doing that one thing, that's what's gonna make that part of your credit score go up. Now remember, the other metrics that I just mentioned earlier, again, you might have to play this video. There are other metrics that don't even deal with credit card revolving credit. Now, the last metric pertains to your installment loans, and that metric is the balance relative to your loan amount. So an example would be you have a $40,000 vehicle and you owe $32,000 on it, right? So that's what that last metric is for. It pertains to installment loans. What is the balance relative to your loan amount? All right. So I wanted to let you guys aware of this, that there are five metrics. Look, you see my hand? 5 different metrics that make up the 30% credit utilization ratio inside the FICO pie chart, not just that one. Okay, so play this video one more time, all right? Because if I fried your brain out, or if you're a pundit, or if you're one of those savants out there steaming your ears, go ahead and go to FICO's website. It's public information. Research it yourself, and you'll be amazed. You don't have to take it from this guy with a little office with a guitar amp back here. This is public information. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. That way, if you know better, you do better. Okay. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.